to be honest, some days are just not going to be our best. So I'm going to motivate myself today. Hello everybody, welcome to day 4. It is already 9 p.m. and I have not had a lot of opportunity today to vlog, but we're still showing up. So just to give an update, I went into the doctor this morning to see if they could do this procedure in-house, and it turns out, unfortunately, it is too complex and has to go to a surgeon. So that was obviously not the news that I was hoping for today, but at least I didn't have to go through anything today. So we'll get that referral and get things moving. I don't know if that will happen this month, but we shall see once it gets referred out and they call me back. So that was a little bit distracting. There's also been some other things going on. My husband's father, some of you know, had a stroke last year and has been in, assisted care spaces since then. And today he was moved to the hospital because he's having some complications. And of course, we don't live near him. And so managing all of that from afar and trying to decide if we need to fly out there or what kind of help and all of that adds a little bit of stress as well. So some other things going on with my health that I found out at the doctor today that just really are part of PCOS and complications from the pneumonia that I had earlier this year, stress and other things like that, like inflammation. And so not the best day. And, this is part of the hard thing of being a creative person, is that not every day is going to be routine and not every day is going to be happy or excited. And not every day is going to mentally lend to the best writing experiences. And that is okay. We have to learn how to manage it. And every writer is going to manage this kind of in their own way, right? Some people will be really disciplined and still able to write even when they're going through hard times. Some people will enjoy the escape that writing gives them when they need a little bit of a break from what's going on in life. And sometimes we might be going through something that just makes it too difficult to focus on ourselves and our creativity because all of our mental expenditure is going to worrying about other people or worrying about external things. And I just want to say that whatever reaction you have to different things that are going on, it never means that you're not good enough. It never means that you aren't capable of writing. It never means that you aren't disciplined enough, any of that stuff. It just means that maybe you're going through a period where writing and creativity is really difficult. So coming from someone who is notoriously hard on herself, let's just agree that this month we will do our best to not be hard on ourselves, to give ourselves a little bit of grace, but also to keep showing up for our writing when we're able to. So I didn't record it because I just didn't have my recorder with me, but Evie and I were upstairs. She was watching a movie, rest of the How to Train Your Dragon Dragon live action movie, which she's watched 1,000 times. So she was watching that, and I was editing episode 8. But I'm not happy with the ending, and I read this live on YouTube tomorrow. So I've got that persistent deadline, which is both helpful and, adds a tiny bit of stress, but I'm enjoying it so much that I actually am appreciating the push to get it done. Plus, I also have an amazing community over there, and I know that if I reached out and said I couldn't get it done, let's do it Thursday, everybody would be fine with that, which gives me a lot of peace and excitement and takes some of the pressure off. So I love that. I'm super grateful for my community. And speaking of community, the Heart Breathings writing community is so much fun. I have my reading community, my Sarra Cannon Broken Chapter Society community. We have our community here on YouTube at Heart Breathings, but we also have the Heart Breathings writing community, which took on a life many years ago when I started a sprint challenge. I called it the Heart Breathings Sprint Challenge group, and it was just supposed to be a 5-day challenge group where we tried to figure out our ideal sprinting writing time. And then we started to support each other. We started to do sprints more often, and it turned into a whole group of over 9,000 people who get together to write and sprint here on YouTube and on Facebook and on Discord. And it just has been such a great community. So I wanted to take a minute to tell you that if you want to come sprint with us, it doesn't always happen on my channel. It's happening all over YouTube with our amazing hosts and admins that are giving of their time and energy to support us all. And so I want to ask you to click on that link if you want to come join us. It is a link to our Google Calendar that will have all of our sprint times and links and everything to everyone's channel. And if you go to watch somebody's channel, make sure that you go and you subscribe and get to know friends over there and communicate and chat, because it really is so helpful on nights where you just feel or days where you just feel I really want to write, but I can't find the motivation. It just gives you that little bit of accountability, and I'm so grateful to that community. And I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of our hosts and admins that are stepping away after years of being with our community, and that is Heather and Diane. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We also thought we might be losing Rhiannon for a while because she is doing amazing things in her life and maybe was going to be too busy, but I'm so grateful every time she's able to keep showing up. And just to all of our amazing hosts and admins, I hope you know how much I love you guys. It's so great. And we will be bringing in some new people. So if you want to apply for that, or you would like to host sprints or support the community, be on the lookout for a form for that. But anyway, that's enough talking. I did take a minute to set up my project on the website earlier, so that was really fun. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and insert that in here so you can see how I set up my project for the month. All right, the family just came in here because a giant grasshopper just landed on my window, just blink, and he's just crawling up. He's huge. He's this big. That's crazy. All right, so if you haven't joined the challenge here, we have a pretty minimal but fun tracker to use. So roughdraftchallenge.com, and you can just use your email, sign up, and it should remember you. So here are my projects from before: Mirror of Shadows from April, and then this was just kind of a test project. I don't know if there's any way to delete projects yet. I'll have to ask George. My husband made this for us. Right now you can only set it up for this month or next month. So if you're joining in November, you will set it up for this month. And I've been kind of debating, how do I set this up, since I'm working on 2 projects and I don't really know how many words it will end up being. So I'm just going to put a Mirror of Shadows on here and then put /ATOT so that we know it's book 1 and book 2. Actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll say the Shadow Games and just leave it that, because that's the series name, and we're going to go for 50,000. The cover art I'm just going to grab from my website. So I have uploaded it to the media library on my website, so I'm just going to click into the cover and use this file URL, and when I put it over here, that should work. If you want more of a tutorial on how to use this, you can just click this Need Help button and it will take you to one of my videos. So now I have officially created my project for November. So we're calling it the Shadow Games, and you will see you've got pretty simple, your cover art here, you've got your name of your title, you've got the 50,000 words and your goal per day, and then what your remaining goal is. And because we're on day 4, I have a higher day remaining because I haven't put any words in yet. So what we're going to do first is we're going to click update words. So it will drop down to the date. So we're on the day 1, I wrote 6/13. So I'm going to put that in. Then let's save that. Then we're going to update our words. And on day 2, this is where it gets a little tricky because I know the old like NaNoWriMo website, you could put in your daily word count, and this is different. We're working on updating this site. So if you want to support that, then definitely like subscribe to the channel, comment, let me know, and we will keep working on it. But the way that this site works is I don't put in how many words I wrote today, which would be 2,156. Instead, I put in my total so far. So this is me adding together today's and yesterday's word count. So that by day 2, I had written 2,884, and you can see that had me just under where I should have been for the day. If I'm trying to aim for that 50,000 words, then because I have it in my planner, I have my records. So on day, oh wait, I already messed up. So day 1, I didn't have 6/13, I had 7/28. So we're gonna put that in there and update it. That's all you have to do. If you messed up, like let's say I was updating words and I accidentally put it on the 11th, and it's like, oh no, that messed up my tracker. You could just go back to that day and put in a 0, and it will delete that entry. But now we're going to go to day 3 where I wrote 613 words, and we're going to add 613 to the 2884, and we get 3497 so far for day 3. So now you can see where I am on this graph versus where I should be. So the black line is the goal for each day. So I should be at 5,000 words yesterday. Today I should be at 66, spooky number. So I need to write a little bit over 3,000 words today. Probably not going to happen unless I really end up in a flow, which is possible. But this is kind of a nice minimal website, and I love it. I'm super appreciative to George for making this. So now we can see I have 46,503 words remaining. I need 1,789 per day to still be on track for that target. And I can see that I'm 6% into the goal. So that is the website. If you want to use it, I will link it for you down below, but it's roughdraftchallenge.com. Right now, we're not like collecting emails. It won't add you to an email list. I'm not sending out any kind of special Rough Draft Challenge emails. I just have my Heart Breathings email list. So if you want to be on that email list, you won't be there through signing up for Rough Draft Challenge, but you will get it if you sign up for the Preptober planner or anything like that. So I will leave both of those links for you down below. Eventually, we might add some kind of like pep talks or other things, but for now, it's pretty simple. There's no like advertising or anything else that will happen. It's just a place for you to use this for free, and I hope you're enjoying it. We are currently working on functionality to be able to track multiple projects in a month, not just one. So in that case, I would have been able to set up ATOT as well. And we are working on being able to track projects where you're putting in your daily word count instead of just the total word count. So it's a work in progress, but the more people use the site and support the challenge, share it with others, the more likely we are to be able to work on it. So I appreciate you guys so much. Yay. Okay. So we were just talking about sprints. So I thought, let me see if Jen's still on, because technically she should be over, but she's doing an extra sprint, and I am so grateful. Jen, who is JD Robinson on YouTube, was one of my very first critique partners ever. I adore her. She's one of my best friends, and I'm so happy she sprints for the writing community. So definitely come join us. It's so fun and you'll love it. All right. Now we've got 24 minutes on the clock. So I've got my project pulled up. No, I still have not cleaned this. Oh, I need to clean that monitor. And I also have my episode 8, which is currently sitting at 4,115 words. So I worked on that earlier, and it's about I need to look and see, but I think it's about 1,200 words of new writing, and the rest of it is pulled over from the previous version of it. I've got it down here in this tab to see what are the new words and what are the old words. But I'm going to read back through this over the next 25 minutes and tweak a few things. Plus, I pull the titles for these out of the text itself. I do that for my entire Shadow Demons World books, where I don't ever know. The very last thing I do in edits is pick the title, and it comes from the episode itself. So I just pick a moment that sounds interesting and pull some text from the episode and put it as the title. So I haven't picked the title yet, but I need to do that so I can go ahead and schedule tomorrow's thing. So Jen is going to be here for 24 minutes. That might be the only sprint that I do until tomorrow. To be honest, some days are just not going to be our best, but one of the ways that I sometimes continue to show up, like I've had times when I just completely couldn't show up at all. And so what I try to do now is just do a gut check and say, am I not showing up because I really need the rest? Or am I not showing up because I feel resistant to moving forward, or to being scared in some way of showing up for myself, self-sabotage, any of that? Or have I just had a hard day and I need to kind of clear the space and find a little bit of extra motivation? And I try to be as aware as I can. And that is something new that I've really been doing this year, I feel like, is that gut check of like, why am I resisting this? Or am I capable? And giving myself permission to say, no, I'm not, but also trying to motivate myself to say, yes, I am. So I'm going to motivate myself today because I found this, I told you I love rewards. I found this Kuromi My Melody pen that I had gotten a while back, I think at Daiso, and I never opened it. So I am currently trying to put together a new pencil case that I want to put some pens on. So this will be the perfect thing. I can't open that until I finish tonight's read through of episode 8. So motivate yourself with rewards, motivate yourself with a nice glass of tea or something that makes you feel good. Put on your favorite music, dance around for a little bit, see if you can shift your energy, and then get back to writing. And if you can't tonight, don't beat yourself up, because beating yourself up is just like draining more of that precious energy. So do what you can to fill yourself back up, to love on yourself a little bit so that you'll have more energy tomorrow. Okay, let's get this sprint in. That sprint is over, so I've got 4.5 minutes on the timer. I'm at 4614 words. All of that is new stuff. I forget the word count, but 500 new words. Just tweaking stuff, trying to get the emotion right. And, you know, when I'm writing a normal novel, like a normal book I'm just going to put out as a full novel, I just give chapters however much they need. But because of this particular format, there's constraints. So I'm reading it live. Whereas when I'm normally writing, it might be like one chapter is only 1,200 words and another chapter is 7,000 words. And technically, I'm not necessarily going to keep my chapters in the same order or the same, I guess, sections as the episodes that I'm reading, but I am trying to keep these 12 episodes to less than 5,000 words each, even though there has been one that was like the midpoint one was over 6,000 words. But this one's at 4,600 already, and I'm not sure if it needs more. Like in the end, I just want it to feel right, and that is a little bit instinctive, a little bit of pacing. But it also needs to read well and not have too much like lull or things that feel boring or too like sequel kind of feelings. I need to keep the pacing right. And that is a little bit of a challenge, especially now that I'm like 10 p.m. and I got to read this tomorrow. But I'm feeling like it's definitely getting better as I edit it. But I also know that I need sleep. And it's been a while since I've been able to just sit down and like watch something for myself for fun or have any kind of like reading time. And it is a full moon tonight. And I love to do some like journaling and meditation on the full moon and just kind of have that as a periodic, like once a month time for self-reflection. So I don't want to lose that. So I think that I am going to stop the timer and just give myself to the end of this piece of the scene. So I'm currently on, let's check it. I'm on page 5 of 11 in this episode. So I think I'll just finish up to page 6 and then we'll call it a night. And hopefully I'll just get up first thing tomorrow. I do need to edit this video in the morning. So that kind of it requires a little bit more work in the mornings to be editing every day, but I might wait and edit this video after I've finished the episode for tomorrow. So, all right, let's finish this up. Okay, I'm at 4,500 words and I'm most of the way through page 6. So in a way I don't want to quit, but also I know that I can't push myself today. It's been too stressful of a day. There's been just too much going on. So I'm going to leave myself with that just a little bit of anxiety of like, I want to work on this and I'm going to let my subconscious mind work on it and I'll be back in the morning. So I hope you're having a good day. I hope things are going well for you, but just remember that number 1, it's okay to take a break if you need it. Number 2, you don't have to write every single day to be successful. And number 3, sometimes if you're just resisting the writing, sitting down and getting one sprint with a friend or giving yourself a little bit of a reward, I forgot I get to open this, you can sometimes motivate yourself to actually write for an hour. So let's open this and see what's in here. So here's what it could be. I always like to say, like, here's the one I wish it was. I don't know. This Kuromi and Victoria one is super cute. The My Melody or the Kuromi and the Teacup. Those are cute too. They're all cute. Can't lose. But it's a fun little motivating reward. And honestly, the writing itself was the reward today. What is it? I hope it's something Kuromi. I mean, I love My Melody, but I love Kuromi more. Let's see. Oh, it's Kuromi in the teacup. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I love it. What a great little reward. I also have this little Kuromi with a cherry on her head that I got at Miniso that holds my phone every day. I just love it. So super, super cute. I love it. It's going to go on my bag. So anyway, this is your reminder to reward yourself often and have fun with your writing. All right, you guys, I super love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.